All right, what's up? It's another episode of Watch You Strappin, and these are not watch reviews. It's just a quick wristwatch check of the day with a aftermarket strap option just to show a pairing. And today I am on the Vertex M100A. I guess this is the newest version. This is an automatic. Basically all the previous versions have been manual wind movements. But yeah, the automatics, and it's great. So forget some sort of Salida caliber, but it's been operating really nicely, and I really love the look of this watch. Dirty Dozen style, but it's from a brand that's one of the original Dirty Dozen makers out there, and this is one of, if not the most expensive of these Dirty Dozen style watches. But what I do personally really love about it is that it's the only one that's done in a very modern way. It's just, you know, it's not trying to be one-to-one in scale and in detail with the vintage ones, and I've seen a lot of those around. Even Timor, which is one of the other original Dirty Dozen watchmakers, still does a very faithful reproduction or reissue of their Dirty Dozen style watch from back in World War II. But other than that, you know, a lot of the other ones out there, especially the ones that are just from micro brands, they're nice. I'm not going to say that they're not, but they all look the same. There are some differences maybe recently with Vario and Strappin. Strappin maybe the most modern one, but both of them, there's something about them I don't like. I can't decide on the dial for Strappin, and none of them really stood out to me. This dial is one of the things that really does, just the way that you can see how those raised loomed markers are. The Arabic ones are, they're very 3D. It's just super cool, and they glow like nobody's business, other than someone that loves loom. And the Vario one, I don't know. I guess I'm not off-put by either one of them having a crown at the 4. That's I don't mind that, but in the case of the Vario as well, something about their dial. I think it's that kind of arrow pointing down from the 12. It just doesn't look, I don't know. It didn't appeal to me, let's just say that. It's not an ugly watch, but for me, it didn't. This has it. I think it can legitimately use a broad arrow, at least since it was one of the watches from back then. Then it has a tie-in, even though it's not currently a military issue watch, at least not that I'm aware of. But you know, because of that, it doesn't feel like such a, you know, it's a little bit disingenuous with the other ones that try to put a broad arrow on that have absolutely nothing to do with military usage, or you know, they don't have any ties to that at all. You know, but that's me. And this Vertex just does this watch in a particular way that I really like, and I don't think anyone can or has, you know, followed in such a design. It's just, I don't know, it's really modern size at about 40. And but just the way they did the dial, I don't know, just the proportions to me I like. Some might find the numbers too big perhaps, but I don't know, I like the legibility. It's bold and everything, and it just looks great, and the details are there, and especially something about these handsets. I was thinking about it wearing it recently, and they always stood out to me is that they're really nicely done. I mean, they're basically like the hour and minute hands are basically flat, right? But there's no like fancy bevels or anything to them, or mixed finishing, but they just seem to be cut really cleanly, and just have a nice polish to them. I don't know. And the small second, sure, but it's a small. But on, I think both of them, I gotta zoom up on this a little bit. I believe they're both capped too at the center post. So that's I don't know. I think that's only really done on like really high-end watches. Even some higher ones don't necessarily do, you know, cap the post at the middle, and I think that's a nice touch. It's super subtle, but when you all together, when you look at it, it just looks really nice. Anyways, I am on. This is Watch You Strappin. So enough about the watch. Sometimes I just have to get some random thoughts that I've had recently out on it to include. So that's that for today on the watch itself. But the strap is a Haveston. I believe it's the Denison, and I think what's kind of cool with this is that this is using, you know, inspiration from British military camo pattern, and I figure, well, this watch is British, at least British design. It is Swiss made, but still it's a British brand. It's British design, I would say then, and mixed with Haveston is also, I believe, British as well, and this British camouflage. So the theme is all tied in here. I am not British myself, but the themes here are, and I'm just one that enjoys the connection between all these elements here, and I think it's pretty cool and works pretty nicely here. So I'm just trying to adjust for the exposure a bit, but and fix my focusing from time to time. But yeah, that's about it. Gotta get going. So yeah, thanks for watching, and enjoy your watches.